So here's the heat pad. Yep, have to recommend these well, they're custom made, 24 volts 300 watts as you see. This is powered off a 24 volt power supply separate from the ramps. And here is the temperature probe. As I said, this is a multimeter type temperature probe. I've put the details here. Just some Kapton tape on there. So it's just stuck on there. It doesn't stick all that well actually, but that should be enough to hold it, I think. These are silicon wires going to an RGB LED here, heat shrink wrapping on that. Have some sheets of cardboard that this goes on, like a cutout here for the temperature probe, and that does come with a heat pad. Oops, be careful here. There's another cutout for this. We have a bump there at the back, and obviously a cutout here for the silicon wires and the RGB to go into. That's a rough look at that. Just a second, let me try to move this light a bit because I'm getting an awful lot of shadows here. So I'm putting my hand in front of the light. It's just to get this RGB just out, like a little bit out the edge of the front of this cardboard. So okay, I've put it back together, and this is the unit I'm using. Integrated sort of circuit here. That's going to Arduino Nano, and it's the Arduino. This sort of takes the input from the probe I showed you, puts it into the Arduino Nano, and that controls the RGB LED with the code obviously. This is just like insulation tape wrapped around here. I need to wrap some more around this part, but while I'm just sort of testing it in a way, I'm just leaving it like this. Heath Robinson, I know. Okay, let's get it turned on and plugged in. I will be doing a picture-in-picture using this other camera I have here, so I can show you the display and also show you the colours of the LED and the signals on the LED. So basically the colours and the signals should be as shown here. So the target temperature is the top one. The lower temperature is the actual temperature. 24 now, and it's on green because that's safe to touch. Basically no heat really, just ambient temperature. Let me adjust this, go on control, temperature, bed. And I'm going to set it to 35, 30, I'm going to set it to 40, there we are, set to 40, that's it. I'm going to go back, it will go back to the info screen by itself after a bit. So now the target temperature is set to 40 and it's actually at 25. Basically at 36 here on the actual temperature, it should be changing to yellow, the LED, and that is already getting warm, lukewarm I would call that. So let me move that over to make a bit more space for the picture-in-picture. So there we are, it's gone to yellow. Well, it's going from yellow to green a bit as it moves over. But that's at 41. So that's yellow. Yellow is a mix of green and red, I think. I don't know. I'll put the details here. So it's a bit like changing from one to the other. But will take a little bit of time for the temperatures to stabilize, I think. So that's saying 41 on the actual display. That should be on yellow. But looks like it's at a halfway stage because it's fluctuating from green to yellow. Anyway, let's knock the temperature up to 55. No, sorry, yeah. No, up to 40. 48. So as the bed temperature go to 48, this will change back to the info screen in a few seconds. We are gone to the info screen. It's saying it's at 44 now on yellow. That is yellow. Might not look like it in the camera. It does to the eye a bit better. Red and green, I think, is yellow. A bit of green. So in this camera it's looking quite red actually. But that looks quite yellow to the naked eye to me. Oops. And we've had 49 on the actual temperature. So at 48 it should be on red. But it is on yellow. That is yellow. Looks very red in this camera. And if I change the angle, it's a bit more like yellow now. It just depends sometimes how you look at this, because it's trying to mix two colours, like two LEDs there, into one colour. So let me put this control temperature bed onto, I'm going to do it on 50. Take it back. So target temperature is set to 50. It should go to red, and it does there. Nice solid red. Okay, if I take it up to anything above 50, it should go to flashing red. Let's go to control, temperature, bed. Let's put it on 60. 61, might as well. I'm on that. So now it's increasing the temperature up to 60 degrees, where it should start flashing red to warn me that it is hot. And it is doing that now. So there we are, that's a flashing red. Okay, I'm going to leave that, let's leave that a few seconds, not very long. Let's go down to turn off. Let's go on cool down. So now the target temperatures are set to 0, and it will gradually cool down. I'll speed this up because it will take some time for this to cool down. We should go through the range of colours as I show you here, based on the temperature on the bed. And starting over to the solid bed here, it's on 52, on that display. Actually talking. Potential goes to yellow at 46, basically. Going to pause the camera a bit. So the temperature is at 47 on the bed, solid bed. That is 46, the details here. And that temperature goes to yellow. So it's in 46 on the bed. On that LCD 12864. There is a bit of heat mass in the bed. And some heat will possibly be trapped in that plain air pocket underneath the bed to a certain extent. It's 45, still solid bed. That's going to be now. It's in 45. About 2 seconds. So anything less than 36 as the bed goes down should go back to green. And that one thing we've got to check that does go back to green. So the control that I was trying to use, the sensors of what I was trying to use, this one, it did not go back to green except for one time. As I say, check that. So I'm going to pause the camera about this. Just trying to check it goes back to green. It's just started going back to green. It did go on green for a second or two, but it's gone back to yellow. So obviously it's fluctuating. There we are, see it's going on to green. That's at 42. It is set to change over at 36, I think. So it's fluctuating a bit there between those temperatures. Switch this a little bit. So it's like it's saying it's fluctuating between green and yellow, which is like fluctuating between 36 and 45-ish. Yet the bed is actually at 41. It should change to solid green at 36. So I'm going to turn off the cameras again. So the bed is now at 36, and that's when it should change to green. Well, actually less than 36. At 35 it should change to green, like a solid green. I will put a link below to the code. So this is for Arduino Nano, using this type of probe and this type of, well, sensing board in a way. Still flickering a bit there, it's saying 34 on the display. Boring, like watching paint dry. As I say, there will be a bit of heat mass and possibly a bit of heat actually trapped in the air pocket underneath here. Seems to be really solid now at 34 degrees on the heat bed. So that should drop to about 24, 26, that's the ambient temperature at the moment. I'll speed this video up from here unless something daft happens. Well, back to normal speed on the video now, back to normal speed. My camera battery on the other one is running out, it's at 32, it's on green, that's okay. Seems to be working better than the other board I was using. So here's the details of the board, etc, etc here. And here are details of the temperature settings that I have set in the code. Obviously you can change those settings in the code if you wish, but there will be a link to the code below. Right, let's finish off there.